Yo, what's the deal, fam? Hope you all are doing well out there. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today, we are examining Nas's Like, the classic off the 1999 release, I Am. Enough of the talking. Let's get right to the music.
Nas. Yeah. Yo, Nas, you ready? Ready when you are, Pring. Yeah. All right.
Freedom of jail, clips inserted. A baby's being born, same time a man is murdered. The beginning and end.
Let's stop there. I know I've done this often in many videos about opening lines, but this one right here, in my opinion, I'm willing to die on this hill, is the greatest opening lines in hip hop history. There have been many, but when compared to this one, they don't compare. As Nas always does, we got the cycles, freedom from jail, clips inserted, out of jail, clips inserted, just to do the same thing that got you back in there. Babies being born, same time a man is murdered, the beginning and end, death and life. Listen, man, creativity, lyrical ability, and just flat out God tier writing, man. Nasir Jones.
As far as rap goes, it's only natural. I explain my plateau and also what defines my name. First it was nasty, but times have changed. Ask me now, I'm the artist, but hardcore, my signs for pain.
I'm the artist for hardcore, my signs for pain. I always thought that was like a play on Prince switching his name. Prince, the iconic figure, the musician Prince. Pretty much Nas said for hardcore, my signs of pain. But like Prince, he was free. He was able to create whatever it is that he liked and wanted. So that was a dope line.
Spent time in the game, kept my mind on fame. Saw fiends shoot up and do lines of saw my close friend shot, flatline in my sane. That depends, carry Mac 10s to practice my aim.
I saw my close friend shot, flatline in my scene. The vulnerability in that line, like it's truth, like you feel it. And in the next line, he says, it depends. So that wasn't a statement. That was almost as if he was questioning himself. Flatline in my scene, he's unsure how he feels. So the vulnerability in that is so dope. He's not sure how he feels. And most people feel like that on a daily basis. So I commend him on putting that on wax.
On rooftops, tape CD covers the trees. Line a barrel up with your weak picture and squeeze. Street scriptures for
tape CD covers the trees. Right. That line kind of ties back to flatline in my scene, because you have to be, although it's dope, but you got to be a bit off or a bit angry or pissed off in a moment to even do something like that. So it's kind of like all of that is full circle, right? It's flatline in my scene. I know I keep saying that, but that line, it's human like, and most people won't speak on things like that. But I thought that was pretty dope, man.
all souls in the crossroads, to the corner thugs hustling for cars that cost dough, to the big dogs living large, taking it light, pushing big toys, getting nice, enjoying your life.
Gotta stop there as well. Corner boys hustling for cars that cost dough, to the big dogs living their life. That line, everyone always speaks about how they outside, right? That's the new term, right? But then you can even relate that to corporate America or the educational sector. When I listen to that line, the first two things that come to my mind is equity and equality. Like the corner boys hustling for cars. They're hustling for cars just like the big willies are, right? But the big willies are living their life. So that just goes to show you that there isn't any equity or equality in a sense, because what I mean by equality, if it's three of us, right, and one person is standing on a brick and the other two people aren't, equality would be giving everyone another brick, right? But what still happens? The person who was on the brick is now on two. So if that person has one and you're going to give him another one, the other two people need to receive two. That way, we're all on the same playing field. So whenever I listen to that line, corner boys hustling for cars that cost dough, but the big dogs living their life, that always jumps out to me. Let's go.
Is what you make it. Suicide, few tried to take it. Belt tied around their neck in jail cells naked. Heaven and hell, rap legend, presence is felt. And of course, NAS are the letters that spell. That's like life or death. My poetry's deep, I never felt. That's like.
Before we go any further, I think it's important to note that this came out in 1999, right? And most people, not most people, but a lot of people gave this album a lot of flack, or they was expecting whatever it was, because to me, I love the album. But this song in particular must be one of the most, especially at that time, one of the most organic singles in hip hop. It was very organic, especially for that time. A lot of people were forcing singles. This is just has all the elements of hip hop. And Primo, what he did with this beat, especially what he was presented with the OG sample, go back and do your history. Go find the original sample and see how he chopped it up. It was really nothing there, and he made a classic beat, man. Shout out to Primo.
Half man, half amazing. No doubt. Not just like life or death. I'm a rebel. My poetry's deep, I never felt. Not just like half man, half amazing. No doubt. Not just like Earth, wind, and fire. Rims and tires. Bulletproof glass inside is the realest driver.
Earth, wind, and fire, rims and tires, right? The elements, right? When you think of one, you think of the other, rims and tires. But this is the one. Bulletproof glass inside is the realest driver. You're the realest. You keep it the most official. You're the target. You need the bulletproof glass. It's a necessity. Like this dude and his thought prowess and the things he comes up with, he is a bully with the pen, man. He's a bully.
Planets in orbit. Line them up with the stars, tarot cards, you can see the Pharaoh Nas. Iron Mike, Messiah type, before the Christ, after the death, the last one left. Let my cash invest in stock, came a long way from blasting, text on blocks, went from...
Let my cash invest in stock, came a long way from blasting, text on blocks. Obviously, stocks, investments, text, he's referring to a gun, but it shows maturity and a growth mindset. But the stocks and techs go hand in hand as well, because if you look at the stock market, S&P 500 or any other index fund, pretty much the top 10 to 20 companies are tech companies, right? So it just goes to show you that that line aged so well, especially comparing what we are today, where everyone is into financial literacy and things of that nature. Although tech stocks were out back then, just to see how well that line aged with the stocks and the tech line. That was dope. Dope play on words.
Seiko to Rolex, owning acres from the projects with no chips to large cake though. Dimes giving siete zeros.
Siete zeros, 7 zeros. He could have said 7, but I love the way that he's playing with language, right? Like he's pushing himself. He makes things look so easy. And most people could do that if they just took the extra moment to push themselves. So I love the fact that he goes out of his comfort zone just to make the listening experience the greatest possible for his fans. That's dope.
My nine spit for the pesos, but what's it all worth? Can't take you with you under this earth. Rich men died and tried, but none of it worked. They just rob your grave. I'd rather be alive and paid before my numbers call. History's made. Some will fall, but I rise, thug or die. Making choices that determine my future under the sky. To rob, steal, or kill, I'm wondering why. It's a dirty game. Is any man worthy of fame? My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite.
So much there, man. This is an impeccable song, and this isn't even his most lyrical song. It's like he's styling on you. He found the perfect balance, right? Like I'm gonna drop jewels, got the perfect beat, and I can just reel everyone in, because no one can really complain about this. For all the complaints that people have, whether legitimate or not, this song right here checked off all boxes, every single box. Is any man worthy of fame? Simple question, right? Simple question. But no one ever really asked it. Like, are we worthy? Making choices that determine my future under the sky. Under the sky. Like, he's all in the moment. The vulnerability, man. Like, most people say, why are you a Nas fan? Because I love music, but I also love to read. And his style of writing and what he conveys and just his thought process, I think it brings both worlds perfect together for me, and that's why he's my favorite rapper, MC of all time.
Sooner or later, we'll all see who the prophet is. Sex to a nympho, but nothing sweet. I'm like beef busting through your windows. I'm like a street sweeper, reaper, like Greeks in Egypt, learning something deep from their teachers. I'm like
fire, man. Sex to a nympho, but nothing sweet. I'm like beef busting heat through your window. So many things there. Like Greeks learning something deep from their teachers. he's telling you exactly who he is, but giving you so many different examples, the imagery, so you can actually visualize it, right? I'm a heartthrob. I'm official, yet I listen and I'm a student. If everyone, like, think about that. All right, ladies, man, I'm a heartthrob. I keep it official, but I'm wise enough to know that I need to listen and be a student. Fire.
Crime like your man you would die for. Always got you. I'm like Pop Duke you would cry for. I'm like a whole lot of loot. I'm like Chris Money. Corporate accounts from a rich company.
I'm like corporate accounts from a rich company. Anyone that ever worked in the corporate sector, we know how that works, right? But I think he was styling on us with that, like corporate accounts from a rich company. I keep the lights on. Without me, this entire enterprise would fold. When it comes to this hip hop thing, I am not just a God MC, I am a beacon of hope. Nasir, the GOAT.
Like ecstasy for ladies. I'm like all races combined in one man. Like the 99 Summer Jam. Bulletproof, I'm a man. I'm like being locked down around new faces and none of them fan. I'm the
more realness and openness and vulnerability, man. Like, that's fire. I'm like being locked down around new faces and none of them fam. All tough talk to the side. I'm human. I'm afraid sometimes. I'm like being locked down around new faces and none of them fam. Think about that. It seems simple to write down, but very few people, I would say, for lack of a better term, would expose themselves in that sense, because everyone needs to play this or hide behind this facade. But yo, I'm afraid at times. That's simply what he's saying. I'm afraid at times, and I'm okay with sharing that with you. Human like.
feeling of a millionaire spending 100 grand. I'm a poor man's dream, a thug poet.
No, I'm stopping a lot, but there's so many Jews there. I'm the feeling of a millionaire spending 100 grand. That's all relative, right? Because a millionaire could be from 1 million all the way up to 900 million, right? But if a person with $1 million spends 100 grand, that's 10%, right? But if a person with 5 million spends just 2%, that's 100 grand. So it's all relative. But I think what he's really trying to say is, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. I'm doing well, and I'm probably doing better than most. You know what I'm saying?
Live it and I write it down and I watch it blow up. Y'all know what I'm like. Y'all play it in your system every night now. Nas is like life or death. I'm a rebel. My poetry's deep. I never felt. Nas is like half man, half amazing. No doubt. Nas is like life or death. I'm a rebel. My poetry's deep. I never.
That's it, man. Nas is like, it's so many different lines. It's, even just breaking this down, right? There's so many different approaches I could take. I can go back and do probably 2 or 3 more videos and find so many more hot lines and how to attack them and how I interpreted them. Because the way he writes, like I stated before, is almost as if he attacks his writing style as someone who's writing, you know, a novel or memoirs or something like that. It's just not style rap, right? Like, he can do that, but it's depth to it, right? Like, he reels you in. He gives you the vulnerability, the lyrical content, the creativity, the beat is fire. It just checks off all the boxes, man. This is Nas's like, from the greatest to ever do it himself, Nasir Jones. And once again, I want to thank you all for just supporting the channel. We're growing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for engaging in the content, leaving comments, liking. And I'm asking that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And as always, here at the Ease Experience, go get yours.